on. There it is. Okay. All right, I'm here. I just get the stuff switched over to Overwatch. This video was my first PAX. I was exhausted. It was so fun. It was nice seeing you too. I was also probably exhausted. If you didn't catch me like the first hour, I was kind of already toast. Also, sup YouTube as you're filing on in. Hello. Yeah, I don't have any like cool. Actually, no, I do have one interesting story, I guess, for you. Cons are fun, but too many people. Yeah, there was a lot of people. I didn't get recognized too many times. It happened a few times. Couple odd interactions. Mostly good, but there was one or two odd ones. Just like, okay, fair. It just very interesting, to say the least. Anyways, though, I ended up doing something that I never planned on doing, but it was a little bit of a out of nowhere. Did you get a hater interaction? No. No one has the balls to do that. It was just like, just odd things to say, you know? Like, for example, I had this guy that was like literally standing like an inch away from me, like in line for something, and I was just like kept looking over. I'm like, okay. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, they found out they could go, "I know you from somewhere," and I'm like, nah. I was like, nah, I don't think so. He's like, no, I do. And like, I'm waiting to check out because I bought some Pokemon cards. Surprise, I got some stuff for us to open. So I couldn't leave. And they were like, I've seen you somewhere. Okay. And then eventually they were like, oh, I know you. You do Overwatch stuff. And I was like, yep, you got me. And that was the end of that. Then there was another one where I was checking out for something, and this guy, like I'm finishing the thing, like I'm trying to like ask them a quick question. I was like, hey, do you guys have any boxes of this? And the guy's like, I can check, like, we were just sold one a second. And then someone goes, wait, I know you! Like, it just like cuts into our conversation, like yell, like from the side, like jumps in between us, like yells. And I was like, what? And he goes, you're flats! And I was like, yeah. And so like the poor guy's like looking for the thing I asked for behind the counter. And then and then he goes, I thought you would be taller. Granted, I was like 5 or 6 inches taller than this guy. I was like, I don't get that too often. Like, okay, fair enough. But other than that, though, it was mostly good. The one thing I ended up doing that I didn't expect to do, though, is there were some people that work at other studios that I used to know from like the Overwatch team or whatever. Our own resident Jody was there. So me and Emong thought it would be cool, because we didn't tell her we were going, or we didn't tell her we'd go see her. We were like, let's go see if we can find Jody's booth and stop by. So we were hunting for a while, and we finally found it. And I think she was like the only person that was currently working it, so there was like a bunch of people like looking to try their game and like do other stuff. So like we didn't want to bother her, so we were just like hanging out. And then our own resident Beth popped in and found us, and she was with her whole Warframe team because Warframe was there, and I got to meet some of the head like director, narrative, and stuff of the Warframe team, and they all knew who I was, and were like very familiar with my content and stuff like that, and they knew about the video where I watched Warframe like months ago. Remember that one Warframe react that made everybody be like, when are you gonna play it? They apparently know about that. And apparently, they knew that Beth had told me that she was going to tell me when I should start playing. She was like, hold off, because like, we're trying to make new player experience better. And they basically told me everything they've been working on. And I was like, oh shit, that sounds sick. And so then they invited me to their panel. They invited me to their panel, and I got to sit in the front row at the VIP section at the Warframe panel. And they gave me some like codes and stuff. They're like, when you start playing, put these in. I was like, okay, cool. And so I got to learn a bunch of the shit that they were doing. And so there is an internal now timer I have for when we're gonna play it. You know. But they were telling me like how much, like, it's already better, and that's why people were like, remember like you were saying like a few months ago, like, oh, they had a big update to make it more newbie friendly, like you should like hop in, and I kept telling people, I'm like, oh, I have someone that I'm waiting on, like they're gonna tell me when to play, right? And they hadn't told me yet, and apparently it's just, you know, they were like, we're still working on it, we're making it better, we'll tell you when we think it's in a good spot, and I was like, okay. So that was cool. That was fun. And then what else did we do?
Bullseye.
We went to this like charity sea shanties fucking panel. Apparently the guy like knew Emong really well, and his wife was like a big fan. He knew who I was too, but it was obviously like he wanted Emong mostly, so I was just kind of along for the ride. That was a very interesting experience, to say the least. Which,
Dead to rights.
dude, I don't know what to tell you, but we're in a big ass fucking auditorium room, and we're in like the back. And me and Emong are just chatting, and there was this guy sitting in front of us. Like, there's like 15 empty rows in front of us, but this guy sat directly in front of us. And so me and Emong are chatting about some stuff, and this guy like turns around and stares at us, like we're interrupting him, like by talking during the sea shanty. By the way, like not singing, not doing anything. Like everyone up front, like there's like tons of people towards the front, and then like not that many people towards the back. And like we're just like looked at him and was like, what? And then he gets up and moves forward like 5 rows, and then sits again by himself. And I'm like, wait a minute, hang on. Our little conversation bothered you that much, but like you're not even like participating. You're also just sitting back and watching. What the hell? But then I think he got annoyed by the new group of people he was near, because then I think he moved again. But at that point, I'd already lost interest. But yeah, it was cool. It was a long night though. I was so tired by the end. I think I went home at like 10:30. I was out of gas. Like I told Emong, I'm like, dude, I gotta go. Like I'm literally falling asleep. I gotta go, dude. That's not late. Well, then I had to catch the Uber back, you know? So like, then it's the Uber back. I think by the time I got back, it was like, you know, 11-ish. Yo, Crayon, thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months in advance. I appreciate it. Thank you. Much love, dude. But yeah, dude, I hit a wall. I just hit a fucking wall. And I was just like, I'm done. I got sleep. Sleep is needed. So I went home, and that was it. Stop playing. Have you read the article about the Overwatch developers unionizing? No, I plan on reading it today, though. I got a little bit of stuff to catch up. I was gone this weekend, so. Mother's Day? It was alright. Sleep was achieved. Yeah, it was kind of achieved. I didn't sleep that great though.
Barrels are smoking.
I didn't sleep that great. Do you think 1600 DPI is too much for Overwatch? DPI means nothing. DPI literally doesn't mean anything. DPI is just technically how fast your cursor moves on your mouse, on your desktop. It's the eDPI, which is where you take your sensitivity and you multiply it by your DPI. So like, for example, 800 DPI 6 in-game sensitivity is the exact same thing as 1600 DPI 3 sensitivity. Your mouse will move at the exact same speed in-game. So 1600 DPI doesn't mean anything to me. Chicken thing with 5 months. Appreciated. Your opinion on Freya's damage output? I've barely played her, and I barely played against her because I've almost solely played Stadium. The base game just hasn't been that interesting to me. I haven't even tried hero bands. Yo, King Kaz in 13 months.
Me get through work every day, money well spent.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. 13 months. Join a Stadium mid-season? True. True. You ever played Conquer Blades? No, I haven't. I have not. Not at all. Oh, man. What the heck? Hello, Jody. How are you feeling? Long weekend?
I'm really feeling the heat.
Yo, Scarlet, thank you 15 months and
Have you ever had trouble staying awake? Ever felt exhausted past 10 p.m. and needed to go home for nappies like an old man? Well, now you can try the caffeinated brand gamersupps and use code FLATS at checkout for 10% your next purchase. Sleep is for the weak. Good morning, Flats and chat less than 3.
Thank you, Scarlet. Appreciate the 15 months and hashtag yeet. 26 months.
Can't wait for the gamersupps merch to get sent out. Fist emoji. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Maybe good at this game as GM and Rivals. I never played Overwatch. No, you will get absolutely shit out when you first start playing Overwatch. That's okay though. You're 8 years behind. I don't mean that you shouldn't at least get started. Like, it's gonna be an uphill battle, but unfortunately for you, Rivals rank system, at least the original rank system, was very inflationary. Like, it wanted to push you up faster to reward you. Overwatch's is much more purist, I think is the best way of putting it. So it is much harder to climb. That being said, though, you might find the challenge rewarding.
Wow.
Hello, Golly Wally, I think it's 23 months.
I genuinely was so pumped for hero bans before the season came out, but I'm gonna be real. I haven't even touched
real same
because Stadium is just so much fun. Like, I might never play the regular game again, lol.
True, true. A novel thing in the super chat on the YouTube side. How you doing, streamer? You avoid the con crud? Yes, my throat was very dry yesterday and this morning, but I feel fine, so I think we're good. I made sure to not shake too many hands, mostly fist bumps, had some hand sanitizer, washed my hands a ton. You know, and that's how it is. Might give it a try. Marvel Rivals rank system's in a tough spot right now. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Dude, I've done enough shit kicking recently in the Rivals scene, so I'm not trying to make it any worse. Over there. But like, yo, this is kind of concerning that it's about to dip into the 40s for nighttime concurrent player count.
Good morning.
It is insane that in the span of just 2 months, we go May 12th,
Flats.
March
I just watched your YouTube video
12th,
about the Rivals community,
and it's
I
lost
wanted to mention how I rarely see anyone
half of its
say
player base.
GLHF, GR, or GG during games in Now and Rivals.
Oh, speaking of the shit
Maybe
kicking.
1/10 games someone says it back. 3/10 games someone will say no or BL, NF. But it's 9/10 games whenever I played StarCraft, the opponent would say it back. In professional play, it was considered BM to not drop the GG before surrendering. Maybe you could start the trend.
I never type it, if I'm honest with you. Because I don't want to be the guy who only types it when you win and forget when you lose, and I typically forget when I lose, so I just almost never type it, period. That being said, though, I do agree with what you're saying. I think more often than not, I think I see the no happen more than anything. Like, I don't care if people type GG or not GG that much, but it is a little bit weird and a little annoying. It's like, gives me like angry teenager vibe if someone's like, oh, GG, and then they type no, fuck you, that was not a GG. And it was like, well, it kind of was, you just lost, you know? GG is reserved for when I am shit stomping or being shit stomped. Oh, man. No, thanks, Jinx. These are stomps, GGs aren't great. No, I know, but not totally women. Also, Panther, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. If you end up trying Overwatch, good luck. Good luck in your journey. Bonsai, did I get you 2 months? I don't know if I did. I think you're 2 months as well. You think 3 loot boxes a week is too little? What, in Overwatch? I'm
really feeling the heat.
I think they're scared of giving too much because it is all free. Let's start a thing with the Prime, you know? It feels too little because of how much we were getting when they came back. Yeah, I mean, it made sense for that first season to go hard with it and, like, reward people a ton for doing it. Yeah. Freebirds 99% sprays. Okay, small tip. You should try to go through and buy everything you can with your credits. And buy all the sprays. And you have less of a chance of getting them. No, I mean, I think they just want to be careful, you know? Because it is a free-to-play game, and it's like... There's nothing worse than giving gamers something and then taking it away. So, like... Doing it for a big startup event makes sense, and then making it a baseline that's lower that you can always come up with is fine. But it would be bad if they started high and then removed it later. You know, like, that's a sign of, like, something's wrong. And I don't think they'd want to do that. More Rivals is toxic because there's so much rage bait. I don't even think it's... The more I've thought about it, I don't even think it's just Rivals. I think Rivals just is a reflection of today's, like, newer player base. Like, the younger player base. That aren't going into a game with an already developed culture, right? Like, if like newbies go into Overwatch, like, yeah, they can act a certain way, but like they're get filtered out pretty quick, or they get banned or whatever. But in a game that didn't have any culture in it at all, which is a bunch of games like communities like coming together at the same time, it was just the fastest to develop.
While I work my corporate soulless job.
Oh, I think that's 12 months. I appreciate it. I know it's probably tougher some days than others, but hope we can make it a bit easier. I used to do the same thing. I'd always have a second monitor stream. Wait, didn't they tell us getting 13 or so per week wasn't permanent? I swear I remember something like that. Probably. Probably. Why not? I don't actually remember. I'm gonna be honest with you. After doing, like, recently, because I started doing Overwatch and Rivals and Variety, like, my brain just gets overloaded with information, and I just don't remember which came from what anymore. MGO2? What is MGO2? The hell is that? Never heard of it. All right, Jody, have fun. Damn, they were putting you back to work already. You were just busy all weekend. God damn. Metal Gear Online. Oh, I don't know if I ever played a Metal Gear. Forgetting progression leveling. Oh, I think the Overwatch level progression, like the hero progression, is kind of useless. You know, like it doesn't really reward you very much. Like there's no reason to really pay attention to it. It is what it is, though, at that point. You know what I mean? Did you watch the pack stuff already? What pack stuff? I heard scrim behavior among newer teams is worse than ranked from our rivals, if you know anything about that. Oh, I don't know about scrim behavior. I know about team behavior, and it's fucking actually gross, but no one can say anything because you'll just get blacklisted as a player and you'll never get to do anything ever again. That is the spooky part. I think NetEase constantly makes changes according to what the community needs, so hopefully it gets better. I want Rivals to succeed because it forces Blizzard to give a fuck when it comes to Overwatch. I'm going to give you a slightly different perspective. I think NetEase hops on Twitter and sees what people are saying, and then they copy that. And I don't think that's a good way to make a game. I think sometimes your community doesn't know what they're talking about en masse. And I think sometimes it falls into groupthink and it falls into collective rage. And sometimes people will say they want one thing, and then they get it, and then all of a sudden they don't want it. En masse? Yeah, I mean, like, let's say some tweet, like someone makes a tweet and is like, yeah, that Black Panther's too broken. Nerf Black Panther. Gets 10k likes, right? They're like, oh shit, this tweet, 10,000 people agreed with it. It must be a common opinion. Let's nerf Black Panther. You know what I mean? Performance-based matchmaking was a big example. Yep. That was a good example, actually. The thing is, though, is the goalposts will always keep moving with them. Is like, they're mostly listening to like whatever large, super upvoted, super tweeted about opinions or whatever ends up becoming like the most liked or the most prevalent. And instead of like informed creators, pros, whatever it might be. And even though they are doing that, people will still think that streamers, creators, whatever, are like quote unquote ruining their game, even though they're listening to like the masses. Like they're going to like bigger locations for stuff. So it's like, don't really know if that's gonna work long term. But then again, NetEase also has a bit of a reputation for burning games as hot as they can and trying to get as much out of it as possibly they can before it falls apart. And I think they're going to do that with Rivals too, for some reason. I just have a feeling. What Necros did highly affected the game, but it was real and honest. What are you talking about? With what thing did he do?
With their monitors off today.
Thanks, wait, appreciate the 2 months. What do you do? The support thing? Like, going to support to Celestial? Brad, I'll take him 13 months. I appreciate it. I mean, it really didn't, like... I mean, it was great for him. It didn't prove anything, though. Like, everyone knew that you can do that. Like, yeah, there's a whole series on YouTube. It's called Unranked to GM. You should look into it. Like, creators have been doing that for years. All it was an extremely spectacleized, public, unranked to GM. But in this case, to Celestial. But now it's going to also be used as a weapon, because lots of creators or TikTok people will use it as a weapon versus him, and now people that were fans of his or saw it happen are now going to go back and use it as a weapon on them, which just creates more toxicity, more problems. And it's just like, it's just exhausting. Like, I don't even want to talk, I don't even want to deal with, I don't even want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care that much. I just basically wanted to point out, like, hey guys, this is probably a bad thing to keep doing over and over. It's only going to make it worse, and it's only going to make people not want us to interact with it as much, and that's what's kind of happening. You know? People don't realize he's in a pre-made group most of the time. Who, Necros? I think he soloed it. I mean, people say the same thing about my Captain America one. When I did my Captain America unranked to GM, they're like, oh, yeah, it's easy. grouped. I was like, what the fuck? I solo queued the whole thing. I have VODs of the entire thing. My latest YouTube vid? I mean, I guess. That was like a week ago, though. I recorded that like before, like he had just hit GM. That was like 5 days ago. John, thank you the Prime. Appreciate it, dude. I was just saying in general. You know what I mean? Planning on playing God of War Ragnarok at some point. I will at some point. I don't know when, though. I don't know when, though. I figured today, we just play a few games of Stadium. Few games of Stadium. And then after we're done with Stadium, some more Last of Us. Gav, thank you for the bits. Yeah, at some point. It'll probably be TV, TBH. But I mean, the YouTube VODs exist. John, thank you for Prime as well. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna probably start spinning up more variety onto TV. Instead of like waiting 6 months for Cuber to make a masterful edit of a video, which is like, you know, those are great, don't get me wrong. Like, they're always fantastic, but, you know, it's like, oh, I played this game 6 months ago, and then it finally goes out on YouTube. We're bringing in some more people to go a little quicker. Thanks, Merlin, for Prime. Appreciate it. You haven't won a Stadium match? Not in single one the entire day? I mean, that's okay. Sometimes it's just the builds. Like, from what I've read and what I've heard from people, it's like the builds are like the most, I don't know, the most concerning or most like complicated thing to them. So it's like they would just want to turn their brain off and follow a guide and like just click the buttons and then play, you know?
You're going to love the rest of The Last of Us 2, bro.
No, wait 13 months. I hope so. Did you ever do a hero tier list for Stadium? I didn't. Maybe I should, though. Maybe I should. Maybe we play a few games of it today. And then we can do that. Okay, see you later. Because I think they changed some stuff with the recent patch, so I don't actually know if like all the same stuff is still the same tier. Flats, can you play Rivals? No. I do have to play Rivals a little bit at some point because we're gonna play in the next Rivals tournament again, like the in-game one. But if I'm fully transparent, I don't really want to play that much right now. I think the game's really boring right now. Dip the Trans Femme, think of the Prime. Tyler Johnson, think 13 months again. And honestly, the Elden Ring vid was crazy good. If you enjoyed it, highly recommend Lies of P. I actually do own it. I do own it. I have it. My main issues for returning to Overwatch, someone who's played support, is heroes take too long to release. There's no satisfying sound when you heal someone like in Rivals, 10-minute queues, and every game is Doomfist ball tank. Those are interesting. They're not necessarily wrong. None of those are necessarily wrong. I would recommend you try 6v6. I would recommend you try Stadium. Because you could solve the Doom and Ball right there. And the sounds, I think the sounds in Stadium are slightly juiced, depending on like what abilities you have. Yeah, maybe try some Stadium. That might help. Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, it's also on there. People want me to play the number 2 or the 2 most requested games / game types people ask me to play are Souls games, and fighting games. What about Expedition 33? I heard that game's fantastic. I just don't think I'm gonna end up playing it. I think that's just gonna be one I skip. this time. I think I'm just gonna skip it. It looked great though. I watched like SK play a good amount of it. Souls equal perfect? I mean, I guess. It is nice because it's like, sometimes you come up against challenges and only you can overcome them, right? Like, you can overcome them by just being better, skill-wise. You can overcome them by grinding. You can overcome them by just, like, multiple attempts and learning, right? Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of ways to get through challenges, which is kind of exciting, and feels good to do. So I can give you that, but... Have you seen the new Night Rain trailer? It's 10-inch minutes. What, the Elden Ring one? When did it come out? Because I saw Elden Ring had a booth at PAX, but they were sold out the whole weekend. Do you know the final boss, Radahn, was nerfed? Don't fucking start with me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, but I'm never playing a Monster Hunter game on stream again, so, there goes that. Expedition 33 is a math class of a game. Highly recommend. Oh no, I've heard so many people say that. I just don't really care that much. You know what I mean? Soul games killed my desire to play PvP games for a long time because they're so satisfying to improve in. I mean, hey, that's cool. Isn't there PvP though in Souls games too? Can't you technically do PvP? Why is the Marvel community after your booty? That's first I've heard anything. Seth Leo thing, the Prime.
I'm really feeling the heat.
Double kill.
What did I do this time? Yo, look who it is. Just for the OW2 drops. My favorite. Hello. Greetings. No, there's not even any drops today. Thank you for the Big 10 gifted. Appreciate you. Hope you've been good. Thank you, thank you. Much loved, dude. Did they say anything? Them saying what it was? Not that it matters, but...
Where there's smoke, there's
Yo!
fire.
Dr. Raj, you think a big super chat?
Hey Flats,
What's
do you
up?
think having just 6v6 per cow and 5v5 stadium would be a good solution to the 5v5/6v6 debate?
Double
I mean, that's what we have currently, right? Oh! Oh, you mean get rid of base 5v5 and just only keep it a stadium? No. No. Right now, it's technically the best option. Like, we can evaluate again in the future, but for right now, you gotta give it some time. You gotta let people have a chance to actually migrate to 6v6 if they want, or the 6v6ers play enough 6v6 that they go, man, maybe I don't enjoy this as much, and they try more 5v5 again. You gotta give it, you gotta let both sit for a while. Let both sit for a while and see how player tendencies develop over the next few months. Night Rain is a blast. Wait, how do you know? Have you already played it? Did you already play it? Would you ever play a PvE hero shooter? What is a PvE hero shooter?
These barrels are smoking.
Borderlands? I mean, I've played Borderlands before. Borderlands is cool. I wouldn't be against playing Borderlands again. I wouldn't be against it. I don't know if Warframe counts. Does Warframe count?
I'm really feeling the heat.
BG3, I played BG3. I don't think BG3 is a hero shooter, though. Or hero PvE. Hero shooter PvE. Destiny 2? Is Destiny 2 a hero shooter? I don't think so. I think we're reaching a little, guys.
double kill.
I think we're reaching. Am I gonna play Borderlands 4 when it drops? Probably. Probably. Yeah, I'd say those are more class-based. DRG, I would say DRG is class-based too. I wouldn't say that's a hero. I don't think PvE hero shooters are a thing. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Borderlands, maybe. Borderlands 4 could be an argument for it. TF2? Is TF... well... TF2 VM? Or MVM? Where's MVM? Man versus machine? What, is that just versus AI?
Where there's smoke, there's
Or is it like actually a game mode? Do we ever finalize the editor list? Do we have a new editor in tow? We have 4 people that are currently trialing. Actually, someone came up to me at... Actually, 2 different people came up to me at PAX. 3 different people came up to me at PAX. Okay, one person came up to me, and she told me that she had applied to be an editor recently in this recent round. And I felt bad that she definitely didn't, because I know who the 4 people are. She didn't make it through the final round, unfortunately, but she was really, really nice. I gave her some advice on stuff, because I like vaguely remembered who she was, because she told me what her profile, or her portfolio looked like. And I told her that Boger's actually looking, and I was like, say these words to Boger, and he'll know that I'm the one who told you. So, hopefully she reaches out to Boger. And then, I actually bumped into one of my old editors' glides, and he came up and said hi. So, yeah. But we do have 4 people that are trialing. One person actually already finished their video. I haven't watched it yet though. But yeah, we have a wide range of like super talented people. Like one of them is like.
Real though. I'm looking at the Blizzard website with Internet Explorer and it says Overwatch 2 will release a gamma mode upon release. You're just delusional streamer.
Fuck you, first off. Second off, Peter, thank you for the super chat. Happy Monday, dude. Much love, dude. Happy Monday, happy Monday.
I'm really feeling the heat.
What was I saying? Oh, I was saying that we have editors from all over the place. Like, we have one editor that's like a massive, like millions of subscriber type channels. We have like someone that is like super in like the like OTV, like more IRL like sphere. We have one person from a very small, very, very small channel, but they were like exceptionally talented at storytelling. And then we have one Overwatch editor. So we have people from like every corner right now that are trialing. But it's hard though because it's variety. So it's like we gave them a bit of a test, I guess, VOD, where we gave them like 3 hours of footage, and we're like, hey, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. This is just like, I want a video of this playthrough. This is my first time playing this. I'll leave your creative freedom, like what you think is best. If you want to make it an hour, if you want to make it 2 hours, if you want to make it 15 minutes, do whatever you think is best. Just to get an idea of like what they think a good story ends up looking like. So we're getting rid of TikTok reacts that are just you ranting for 20 minutes? Well, I don't think that's happening.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, bro, I asked if you were taking girlfriend applications on that tweet and no reply. I thought you were a bot.
Double kill.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, hey, we're looking for a specific thing, you know. We're looking for editors. That's a big moment, you know what I mean? So that's just how it is. Oh man. Were you good when you played football in college? No. I'm gonna say no because I had one
Thanks
really
for
good
all the
freshman year,
content, as always.
and then
Who is
I
your
tore my rotator. I was out for an
favorite
entire year,
so
and then it
far?
was never the same after that. I was actually out for more than a year. It was just never the same. So like, nah, I don't think so. But it got me into a D1 school, so you know what? I'll take that. I don't care. Any highlights? I don't even know what my Huddle login is anymore. It's probably connected to my old like high school email that I don't have anymore, so I don't even know if I could log into it.
There's smoke, there's fire.
Cotton Candy, thing with 17 months. Sup?
Thanks for being one of the better streamers.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And the Lord, thank you for the 17 months of Prime. Appreciate you. Oh. Ow. Oh, did you guys hear that one? Holy fuck, that was loud. Mango teething the Prime. Appreciate it. I don't think I was talking at the same time, so I don't know if it would pick up on my mic. If I was talking at the exact same time, it would definitely would have. Oh, just like, I don't know what it is. This morning I woke up and like everything just like was a little sore.
These barrels are smoking.
Hulk needs a buff. I don't know about that. I'm getting old. Man, I don't want to hear it. Actually, did I get all my loot boxes this week? I just realized. Oh, I gotta play 3 more games and I can get the rest of them today. Did I finish my battle pass? No, I'm not like sick. It's just like
L-O-V-E. Love.
I'm like just like physically tired. Does that make sense? Well, oh.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
He's sick of you is crazy.
Really underestimating me.
In an alternate universe, Flats went D1, got drafted by the New England Patriots
Oh,
and
about
won a
that.
Super Bowl as their starting guard protecting Tom Brady, then got overpaid by the Cleveland Browns for a $60 million contract and fell out
That's
of the
not
league.
funny. My like one of my high school best friends plays for the Cleveland Browns. That's not funny. That's shh. Don't say shit like. Mango, thank you for the Prime, by the way. I appreciate it. Oh man. God damn it.
Needs more grit than that.
Took a day off PAX Salon. I walked 10 minutes. Oh, you went to PAX? Nice. Yeah, we did so much like walking in circles. I've been missing the 6 months. I appreciate it. I will say, PAX had like this like, okay, so normally PAX is just like is terrible for any creator stuff. But when we got our tickets, right, they had like a little thing that, and they told us, they were like, oh, we have a creator lounge on the 2nd floor in the back corner, of, like behind a trash barrel, if you see it. And we're like, all right, fuck it, we'll go take a look. And so we went and took a look at some point, and it's just a little room sponsored by Monster, and they make you one of 2 drinks, and they're like,
I'll never miss my mom.
mocktail of, one of them was called PogChamp, and one of them was called something else, and I was like, you guys have water? And they're like, no. I was like, okay. So I got the PogChamp, and it was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, it was actually pretty damn good.
Double kill.
But they did give me a separate cup for water. I just had to go to a water fountain. No, I don't have any vlog of it. I just kind of went for fun. What did you play at? For college? Bryant.
Double kill.
You don't know when to quit.
Any tips for a returning Overwatch player? Yeah, just take your time, dude. It's gonna probably be overwhelming. It feels very different than if you played Overwatch 1. Very different. In some ways good, some ways bad. If you want a more Overwatch 1 experience, play 6v6. If you want an Overwatch 2 experience, play 5v5. If you want just new experience in general and arguably the most fun, play Stadium. Brian's D1? Yeah, Brian's D1 AA. Well, I don't know. Actually, it might not be anymore. It was when I was there. I was originally... Oh my god, this is such a long story. I was originally supposed to go to BC out of high school, but my grades weren't actually good enough. And so I went to a junior college for a year. And the way those work is they like technically take your quote-unquote commitment for 2 years, and then after 2 years you transfer to your original school. But after 1 year I couldn't stand it there any longer. Like, I was literally walking among like actual French fries. Like you know how I talk about like an avocado? Like the brains on my teammates were legitimate French fries, like actual French fries. Like, I'm not talking like fry cooks or like working at a McDonald's. I'm talking the French fries in the fryer were about the same level of knowledge. I was driven so fucking insane. I was like, I am not staying here for another year. I'm just going to apply to other places. And so I walked on at Bryant. And I was like, yep. Yep. That was my way out. That was my way out. I couldn't commit to anywhere at that point. I could only walk on somewhere, and so I walked on at Bryant, and I was like, fuck it, I'm in. Get me out of here. And they took me. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. I'll give you an example. My freshman year at this school, the first half of the year, they give out awards and stuff like that. Before the year even finished, at the end of the first season, like, they go over like academic achievements and basically they try to like promote you to be good at school. And I remember sitting in the big ass auditorium, and they go through like the top 3 performing players, like academically for each the freshman and sophomore class, because it's junior college, so it's only freshmen and sophomores for sports. And they showed the overall GPA of the team for the freshmen and the sophomores, and then both. Tell me why. I had a 4.0 my first half of the year. The next person, the number 2, was a 3.2. The number 3 was a 3.0. The entire team's average as the freshman was a 1.9. I myself brought it up 0.2 points. By myself. When I'm talking actual French fries, that's what I mean. And then at the end of the year, I got like a fucking B plus A minus on something. So I finished with an 3.83. Our entire team went down from a 1.9 to a 1.75. What's the max score? 4. 4.
Well, to be fair, you dropped in academics because of the football injury to the head.
No, this was post-injury.
You were still doing well, you know, despite the dent.
This was post-injury. Post. That's how stupid we're talking. Like, we're talking actual French fries, okay? Like, I was like a carrot at that point. They were French fries. You know what I mean? Well, 1.9 isn't that far from a 4. How bad could it be?
Not a carrot emoji.
There's got to be a better way that can be explained. Here we go. Calculate your overall GPA on a 4.0 scale using GPA points. Okay? So anything below a 65 in America is a failure, an F. Okay? That means they were in the range of the entire collective average being in the 60s. That's a D average. D for dumbass average. Okay? And I had a literal 4.0 in the first half of the year when they showed the whole thing on screen. And we had a 1.9 team collective, which means that it was like just shy of 2. So what is that? A 69 average? Or maybe a 69 point something average? Without my existence, they would have been like an average of like a 67. As a team! As a group! As a fucking group!
Sup flats, chat, and
That is insulting to the
months.
French fries.
That's
You know what I mean?
Almost a year.
Yo, the Plague Bearer, thank you for the 2-1 for 6 months in advance. Appreciate you. And Joel, soft dude, thank you for 21 months. That is almost a year. Cosmos, thank you for the 20 months of tier 1 as well. Appreciate you. So basically you were an IRL ELO hell? No, it was the opposite. I was fucking smurfing, okay? Because I went to a really fucking hard high school, right? Like really fucking hard, like super hard, like college prep type high school. And I didn't do that great, or I didn't do like that well in the first 2 years. I did really well in my like junior, senior years when I actually started like going, oh shit, I'm kind of fucking up. And started trying a little bit. And so I was like, I want to still play, but I also want to go to like a smaller, like a junior college / community college, whatever, get my grades up, then go to a better school, right? That was the play. And so I was basically smurfing. Like all of my teammates, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you one guy. I'm gonna tell you about this one kid. I had this one kid on my team, okay? Yo, the Plague Bear, thank you, 5 gifted as well. Going for 6 months in advance and the 5 gifted. Appreciate you. Much love, dude. I had this one guy. He was actually my locker buddy, I guess you could say. He was the locker next to me. This man was scary as shit when I first met him. He's about 6'1", shoulders like this, absolutely fucking ripped. Like we're talking like beyond ripped. Spent time in prison, spent 2 years in prison, tatted up, had almost no teeth, could not read past a 3rd grade level, and had anger issues. Fucking loved me though, for some reason. I was his favorite person.
I'm really feeling
I was his favorite fucking person. I don't know what it was, but like, he would always come up to me every day, big smile, and like come give me a hug and be like, oh, what's going on, you know, whatever. And I remember one day, right, I was like half fucking around with this other kid, right?
Hooray.
I was half fucking around with this kid. It was like another like O-lineman kid, but like he was also kind of annoying. And he said like some smart ass shit to me. And this dude literally came fucking storming across the locker room and fucking 2-hand shoved him into a wall. It was like, watch your fucking mouth, boy! Watch your mouth! And I was like, yo, chill, we're just joking. It's just it's not a big deal. And he like looks at me and goes, oh, my bad then, I'm sorry. And like he just turned around and walked away. I was like, first off, we really weren't joking that much. I was a little annoyed with the guy, but I didn't want him to get killed. I was like, oh my God, right? And there was a lot of people like that on our team. Like literally couldn't read, like at all. I was like, holy shit, what is going on? It was a wild west of a place. Those manners and integrity? True.
I'm really feeling the heat.
But he would also like, he was also the type to just get like, he would go over and start like screaming in coaches' faces and shit, and like every game got in a fight with somebody on the other team. Every game. There wasn't a single game where that guy didn't get in a fight with somebody. Every single fucking game.
Double kill.
It was wild. It was actually wild. But yeah. There was a few people like that. He was just probably the scariest, and he was also right next to me the entire time. Crosslink Snow, thank you for 4 months, and pretty cool thing that like gifted. Appreciate it. Thank you. As second tank IRL. It was just, I don't know. It was strange. It was very, very strange. Is the best way of putting it. It was very, very strange. I still remember, I still remember them when I told them, like, the coaches staff, I told them that I wasn't coming back, and they were, like, devastated. And I was like, what? And the reason why I was leaving was because, like, you know, I'd already been in a sling for, like, 3 months, and grades-wise, I had the ability to leave. Team-wise, it's not like we were, like, I didn't really care about winning anything on that team. Like, first off, we weren't even that good. We were, like, a fucking 8-6 type team at best. And the coaching staff was really fucking stupid. And, like, extreme nepotism. Like, if they, like, for example, like, they had, like, someone's cousin, like, one of the coaching staff's, like, cousin was playing, and he was fucking horrible, and they had him start every game, because they were trying to get him to film so he could go to a different school, but he would just, like, get blown up on every play.
Been a 6-month lurker, but I'm here to say I think you're funny
Yo,
AF and
thanks,
never
Sadie.
get tired of your streams.
Oh, that's really
Thanks
kind.
for the content.
6 months, appreciate it, Sadie. Much love. 8-6, like, yeah, like, the record. You know what I mean? Like 8 wins, 6 losses. Like, not great, but like not bad. And when I told them, they were like sort of angry. They're like, how can you do this? I'm like, what? They're like, you're supposed to be here for another year. I was like, what do you mean I'm supposed to be here for another year? And they're like, well, if you ever want to keep that original commitment you made, you know, you need to be here for 1 more year. And I was like, commitment to what? And then they knew, like, they were like, oh, your BC commitment, we have that. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't care about that anymore. I'm dropping that. I couldn't care less. And they were like, what? And I was like, I mean, look at, I was like still in a sling. I was like, look at it, like, you know, sometimes you don't even come back from these. And I ended up being right, by the way. I was like, sometimes you don't even come back from these. I had another school that is willing to let me walk on and said that I have a really good chance to. And also it's a really good school to go to. And I could transfer right now. And it's like, yeah, you guys aren't even doing that much for me scholarship-wise. Like, who cares? Right? Like, sorry. And they're like, wow, you're really letting us down here. What the fuck? And then they called me in the summer when I was already at Bryant. I wasn't even like, I was still in recovery, so I wasn't even playing it. I was just there in the beginning. And they called me and were like, what are you doing? I was like, what? They're like, what are you doing?
Double kill.
Like, what do you mean, what am I doing? Like, they're like, are you busy? I'm like, I mean, a little bit. What's up? And they were like, we still want you to come back. I'm like, I'm literally already at the other school. Like, I'm here today. Like, there is no more going. I've already left. Like, I full transferred. I'm gone. And they're like, well, it's not too late. Like, we could figure out a way. I was like, I'm good. Thanks. And then they angrily hung up on me, and I never heard of anything again. I was like, okay, sounds good. How was PAX? It was good. Hitting with the "what are you doing on board" tag? They were very strange. We went to like dinner at one of the coach's house one day. Like, he literally got like one of the buses for the college, like the small ones, and like bussed us to his house to eat dinner one night. And I didn't have the heart to tell him, but it was fucking ass. Like, it was hot garbage. I couldn't wait to go back to my fucking dorm. Like, actually, that's not totally true. I was one of the few people on campus that had a car. Because most of the people that came up from other parts of the country didn't have cars with them. But because I was kind of local, I had my car. And so I knew I could just get in the car and go home, you know, or go somewhere else. How did your locker friend react? Well, he wasn't, and he was like a linebacker, so he wasn't invited to that. It was only like a small group of the team, like positional players. What was your major? Business manager with a concentration in business administration. They needed that GPA boost. Unironically, they probably did. How did he react to you leaving? Oh, he never knew. I never talked to him. I never gave him my number or anything. I just disappeared like a fucking thief in the night to like half of them. What was your first job post-graduation? Post-graduation? I worked in Overwatch League. I worked in Overwatch League with the Uprising as a community coordinator. I'm still tracking you down? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe they thought you were a ghost the whole time? I mean, I might have been. I genuinely could have been a ghost to some of them. Wait, what? The football team bus to us to till the fields and bay hail in the summer? Wait, that's actually that's insane. That's actually insane. What the hell? Maybe he's watching the stream right now? No, I don't think so.
I'm really feeling the heat.
I don't think so. Do you feel season 2 Mario Rivals is cooked right now? I had so much fun playing, but this season it feels something ain't right. Yeah, I don't like this season at all. I think it's really bad. And the worst part is I already agreed to playing in the next tournament with SK, and honestly, I don't know when they want to announce like our team for that, because like our team is actually fucking insane. Like when you guys see it, you guys are gonna go, what the fuck happened? So I've already committed to that, so like I'm gonna have to try and put some hours in, but I really don't want to. Won't let me sub. For some reason, I'm no longer subbed. I'm looking at you right now, and it says you're subbed. Actually, you know what? I was looking at Morale's thing. Hang on. Oh, really?
What up, punk?
Huh. I just saw something very interesting. You want to see something really interesting, chat? So you know how earlier we were talking about some rival stuff, and I said I think I've done enough shift kicking for this week. I'm gonna probably gonna leave this one out, right? Chill, pump the brakes, retro. I think we've done enough shit kicking this week. Nothing in 11 months.
Yo, Flats, hope you're doing well. Much love, less than 3.
Appreciate it. If Crap wants to do a short, I don't mind, but not like a full video. I don't think. Something very interesting. We were talking about rival stuff earlier. And I was talking about how I think it's quite concerning how in like 2 months, like compare where they are today, May 12th, peak 124,000 players Steam. 2 months ago, March 12th, peak 200,000, lost half your player base in 2 months. And before that, lost another half and another half. It's come down really hard. One looks very fucking interesting. Dude, most of Overwatch's player base is on Battle.net. They're not on Steam. But it's fucking chugging. It's actually chugging upwards. That's kind of crazy. Like, its highest peak, not counting when it first launched in August on Steam, like, because like everyone just like downloaded it just to see what it looked like, is last April. And this was a big release. This was like the hero release, and then there was something else too. It's actually risen. It's comparable to last year, if not higher overall. Actually, what was March of last year? 40? March of last year, 45. So, like, it is actually comparable to last year, even with rivals. And, like, the gain is kind of huge. Those are big swings in gain. So, I don't know. Very interesting. Very, very interesting numbers there. Then again, though, and nothing will ever change with Overwatch until they can somehow fix their public image, and the only way to fix their public image is like some kind of massive media change, which is like, I don't even think cinematics would do it at this point. I think it would be like a full-on like Netflix special would do one thing. I think a full-on Netflix special is the only thing that would do it, or like a series, or animated special, or series. Cinematics would definitely help though, but I don't think it would be like a jump starter. A series is probably the number one thing it would need. Like Cyberpunk, kind of like Cyberpunk. You know, there is another interesting aspect on that one too. Oh god, I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but there is some interesting remarks that you have to note, that a lot of the new Overwatch team is different from the old Overwatch team, and so like even some of the narrative stuff doesn't totally fit anymore. And I've seen people talk about how like voice lines in game don't match up to their character, or like their previous story, or like how they are depicted in cinematics or whatever. Today than say like 6 years ago. Like the Kiriko age thing, I think that's like another example, right? Part of me has this weird feeling, almost, that they should just, like, start over. You know? Like, yeah, kind of like a reboot. Kinda.
Double kill.
Like yeah, some kind of soft reset. Not talking like Overwatch 3, I mean story-wise, chat. Cinematic Queen and Kiri are completely different than the game Queen and Kiri. Yeah, true. I think I saw a tweet that was like, went viral. That said like Queen in cinematic is like this like very strong tactical leader who like cares but also like wants to win. And then in game she's just like a murder hobo. And I was like, holy fuck, what did I just read? Like, it is a bit of a fucking wild I think comparison, but Pog Ricky. Good luck, dude. I would help with the issue of characters feeling run out of place, like Ilari and Venture. I just don't have the connection to anybody. They always feel out of place and forgettable. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I'm really feeling the heat.
Okay. Queen's very smooth brain in game. I guess I know what you mean.
Where there's smoke, there's
I guess I know what you mean. I guess look at the horse, because she's supposed to be this great protector of Numbani, but in game she's just a tank bully. I think that's more of a hero design issue, and I still pray for the day they finally go, okay, we might have fucked up on the design of these. It's time to redo them. And I get they probably wanted to wait for perks. I get they probably wanted to wait for Stadium, right? They wanted some of these things to land first. But come on. Like, I think enough time has passed. I think, you know, we've known it's been an issue for a long time. You know, like, it's fine right now because they're not meta, which is totally good. Get my knife out of my other room. Totally good. But they just kind of, you know what I mean?
I'm really feeling the heat.
I still maintain old Orisa would be more fun in Overwatch 2 than Orisa. You make a good point, actually. Because, like, part of what made Orisa so oppressive was double shield, right? Like, shield versus and then another shield. And also, you gotta remember, at the time, people were sick of shooting at shields. So, like, I understand the route they went by not wanting to have shields be the big thing that people have to deal with. They'd rather do damage, even if it was less. That being said, though, the new design in the format that it's in either will constantly just be suffering and weak compared to others, or a fucking oppressive bully. You know, Malga's the same thing. It's basically an anti-fun game. Hog is another good example where he just doesn't fit as, like, the solo guy because he's more of, like, a kill tank. But, like, you can't have a tank that's just constantly running around killing people in 1v1s and just yoinking them out of position. That way. So, like, even though Hog is super fun, and I think he's, like, really, like, he's enjoyable to play, it just doesn't work in the format that he's in, you know? And then there's other ones, like Doomfist is a good example of, like, you know, they really did solve the one-shot punch issue, but, like, you can't make him really good in higher ranks unless you're insanely talented on the character, because then otherwise he just becomes oppressive. But in a lot of the lower ranks, like, it's actually a lot easier to get value just by fucking charging a punch and then punching someone in a straight line, so, like, they feel like shit versus him. I don't know. That's a deeper conversation, though. That's a hard one. All right. The booger pull was so meh. Wait, you're talking about Orisa's right click? I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd say it was meh. It was like the most break. It would cause some of the craziest, hardest combos to dodge. Like pull rock, pull hook, pull punch. All were insanely powerful. Like literal kill somebody type abilities. You could combo them with ults, like Doomfist's Seismic Slam. You could combo them with Barrage. You could combo them with... what else? Bomb, Diva Bomb. Be a lot of things. Pull Pulse, good call. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's play a few games of Stadium. Is that Andy? I'm gonna be honest, if a Hog is flanking you and bullying you, I mean this with all due respect, you are playing into the Hog doing that. That is, like, unironically, how you're supposed to play Hog. That is the correct play to play Hog, which is why he would work in 6v6. In 5v5, if you have your Hog flanking and their tank is playing frontline and playing aggressive, you have no presence, right? So, like, the Hog gets punished for playing correctly. In 6v6, that is actually the correct play. The way you beat that is either you go after the Hog with multiple people if he overextends, or you completely just walk into their team and win the 5v6. You don't even look at the Hog. You just fucking move into their team, kill their front line, then turn around and kill them. That's how you do it. Unfortunately, though, if you've been a 5v5 only enjoyer, you might not know that. That's, like, old knowledge. That's, like... you know, you had to be there type knowledge. I wait 19 minutes to play support in the stadium. Is going to break it up into unranked as well. Is going to be either long queue times. Yes, that's why I think breaking into unranked is a very bad idea. I understand why they want to do it, but I think it's a spooky idea.
Who's ready for Stadium? First up,
I got a tank game?
get ready.
For real? Didn't they just buff D.Va to the moon? Probably not actually good, though. I should wait till Emon gives me a build. Depositing in 5 months. What do I want to play? What do I want to play? And she like nerf? The recent patch, they buffed her a ton. I'm gonna try it.
Now that's what I
Thanks to
call a
the 20 months.
These are teams you can only dream of.
Oh, D.Va Mirror. I'm in.
Welcome to the Armory. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Everyone could use a little help in the stadium.
These are example builds picked by the pros to start our competitors off on the right foot.
Greetings.
Understood.
The winter drop's coming back. I need to reenact this.
Clearly, evolution does not distribute its gifts equally.
The first round can't get here quick enough.
One.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
I left my work PC on flats 2 for you. Thank you.
Clearly, evolution
Bless.
does not distribute its gifts equally.
The armory is about to close.
Mm-hmm.
One.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Yes. Three.
Well, yeah, if you don't like the third person, though, you can always turn it off.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
I just actually blew myself up with my own micro missiles. I don't know if I really like D.Va in third person.
The objective's live.
Also, I keep wanting to throw a grenade like I'm playing Baby Hulk.
Come here, Sophie. Helden sterben nicht. I thought ninjas had good reaction time. Nerf this.
There's a test subject.
It's Mercy with a miraculous play.
Heroes never die. Nerf this. Weapon systems overloaded.
A remarkable play by Reaper.
Initializing systems. D.Va, back in action. Nothing gets past me. Systems running hot. Look at subtle infection.
Run! Yeah, you guys are on your own now. I got no more DM. Good luck.
Helden sterben nicht. Your carrion here. This.
A shutdown by Shimara.
Initiating defense
No! Should have hit behind the wall over there. I don't know if I think D.Va is one of those characters I don't like in third person as much.
I'm not giving up.
Playing through Rivals and how you play Overwatch, I gotta say, Overwatch is kind of nice. It is kind of nice right now.
Barrier activated.
It's very rare that I don't have like a big, like, complaint with Overwatch. Like, oh, like this one thing like is kind of bad, or like they can make this one thing better. But things are pretty good right now, genuinely.
Have you seen the video explaining the player perception difference between first and third person now? It's an interesting
No, I haven't actually. Huh, you know, 5. That sounds interesting.
D.Va is changing the game.
When was the last time you played the normal game? Before the season started? It's an unnecessary recap, come on.
That's gonna sting. 1-0. Some intense competition this round.
Oh, do you get teabagged or something, maybe?
Coming up next, the teams. Who's ready to start the push? Shall.
I like that.
We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come. The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Alright, I'm in.
Clearly, evolution is not distributed.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
Thoughts on the announcer and a possibility of announcer packs? I think announcer packs would probably go hard.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
There they
To
are.
the objective.
Stay away up your meat.
Oh yeah, packs was fun.
Forward barrier activated.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
Now we're talking.
Oh my god, where did my health bar go? My health bar just disappeared.
Holding up, D.
We've lost possession of the robot.
Their barricade is moving.
아직 적대적이라고.
D.Va is changing the game.
They're moving their barricade.
plans to continue / finish Oblivion on stream / video, or was that a one-time thing?
I've definitely played it multiple times. So it definitely wasn't a one-time thing. Do I plan on playing more though? I don't know. Probably not. Great game, had a lot of fun. Hard stream game though.
Back in control.
You should just chase me down with the whole blade. That's crazy. Should've just kept running. I don't think there'll ever be any creator packs like that ever. Blizzard's already said in the past that they never want to do any more references to IRL people in games like that again. All things considered.
Now or never! Stop them and we win! Your carry is here! Nope! Nothing gets past me!
If there is a streamer announce a pack, the Bostonian insults would go hard. But then again it would turn the rating of the game from teen to explicit. Streamer wouldn't be able to curse and talk about Dusty's sack.
Why is my baby diva ass the only one on point? Oh, actually, Armor is still here. They're trying their best. Oh! Wait, what a res. Wait, that was actually sick.
Enemy spotted!
They nearly have the lead.
Yes.
Wait, that was actually sick.
Viable progress. Surrender to my will.
Asa! We have the lead!
No. No. It was so close.
Chance! Get to the robot!
Go again. Understood. They're out of time. Take the robot and end them.
Wait. Wait, we had the lead?
We lost the lead!
Let's check the standings.
Wait, what? How did we...
2-1.
Wait, what?
You can really tell who the playmakers are. Next up, get ready. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Why did they type diva? I'm in spawn. Hello? We gained the lead in overtime? How didn't you win? Yeah, that's... Because we definitely didn't... Huh? How does that work?
We've already seen
then-
so much action, and there's still more to come.
Do that. That's not how that works, though.
The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left.
Yeah, how did they push it all the way back, though? Shouldn't it have just ended when we all died?
The armory is closing shortly.
One.
3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B.
3.
Wait, so we pushed it the exact same distance? So the game kept going?
Now we're talking.
What?
The objective goes live in 10.
Holding up, dude.
Diva is changing the game.
Initiating defense matrix.
Don't let the wings fool you. This angel packs a punch.
Neutralizing projectile. Equaling net.
No, they lost the
Oh.
point. They'll need to fall back to objective C. The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective
Whoa.
is now active. Using the kill.
Equaling net.
I understand Emong's struggle.
Lord Henry is here.
Trying to kill the goddamn Mercy, and this is impossible.
Holding up, dude.
In 3, 2, 1. Margaret.
Weapon up.
And they take the objective. We're advancing to objective B.
Looking satellite.
Okay.
10 seconds until the objectives unlock. Unbelievable fight by
Reaction
Moira.
time. Initiating defense matrix.
The objective's live.
Equaling net. Nerf this. Engaging thrusters.
Found this guy over here.
What else is new?
Found that guy. I don't think we're ever gonna kill this baby diva. Wait, why did they... They just tried to blade the Mercy blade? Or the Mercy? That's hilarious, actually. I'm dead.
flames in my wake.
Don't be creepy. I'm not giving up. I'm here to support. Power up.
No.
The score is 1-2.
What build am I going for? Missiles.
Stats like these. Time
Dusk
for the
theme, 3
teams to
months.
gear up. Coming up, time to face off in control. Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone.
Let's do this. How has Stadium not died yet? Isn't bad. Your sentence died before Stadium did, because it doesn't make sense.
Left until we kick this round off.
The fuck are you? What did you just type?
The armory is closing shortly.
Hello. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Well, there's probably better D.Va builds.
In 3, 2, 1. You will be renewed.
Heal up.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked.
I thought ninjas had good reaction time.
Lending a hand.
The objective's live.
Engaging thrusters.
Dude, where did my health bar just go?
Don't let the wings fool you. This ain't just pack survival.
Dude, my little baby blaster shoots so fast. But I can't shoot anybody, they're all gone. I'm dead.
Cosmic proportions by Juno.
I see a hostile.
Ow.
They're counting on me.
You will be renewed.
The weapon system's overloaded. Nerf this. Booting up. Heroes never die. Let's make it this time. Weapon optimized. Nerf this.
Might need another survival tool of some sort. Also, I haven't really seen anyone use the bunny stomp before, but it actually looks like it's doing okay. Did that also get buffed?
D.Va is changing the game. Overtime.
No. We're dead.
It looks like this round is a loss.
They are kind of just W-king at us.
Bring it back. Here's our score. 1-3.
Well, that knocked that over. Hold up.
What tactics to coming
My
up
phone was
next.
flying and knocked like 3 things over. This. Okay, I got it. When does the Street Fighter collab come out? Good question, actually. I don't know. I'll do this.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
Do that.
Hello.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
Three, two, one.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Yeah, that Mercy is a big ass bounty.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. And Diva shows everyone she's second to none.
Power barrier activated. Your carry
Oh. Edge.
They're moving their barricade. Going in. Hello.
Do you know his life bar did not budge? No, it did not.
reset and regroup.
Oh, we must regain the lead.
Weapon systems overloaded.
Remember who that guy's talking to?
Diving in.
Changing the game.
I don't want to give him another inch on this push.
They nearly have the lead.
Let's get this barricade moving. There's a test subject. I see a hostile.
15 seconds left.
My whole health bar just evaporated.
They stole the robot from us.
Judo is out of this world.
Yes.
집중해야 돼. Now we're talking. They're pushing ahead.
Subject.
Initiate defense matrix. Blocking satellite vector. Neutralizing projectile.
Heroes never die.
Blocking compromise.
Helden sterben nicht.
10 seconds remaining.
Nerf this.
The enemy is pushing their barricade.
Well,
This is our last chance to take the
집중해야 돼.
Yeah, there's a power for ground pounding on Diva.
Nothing gets past me.
I'm... Hello? What? What? Okay, I guess. Okay, sure.
Let's take a look at this highlight.
That was, certainly... What the? Minus 50? That's crazy. That's crazy. You sold that game so hard. Bro, I wish someone sold you a fucking book. Maybe your dumbass would be staying in school instead of fucking yapping in my damn chat. Oh, who am I kidding? You wouldn't have read it either way. I just do. Betas are very uncreative. True. True. Yeah, it was a gap. Yeah, about the size of the gap between whatever's between your ears. Same size gap. Fucking massive gap between there. Huge gap. Fucking Great Canyon ass gap between those two. Why did you not have the BS missile build? I don't think it's that bad now. They did nerf it, but... No, I don't think it was that small of a gap. I mean, you got absolutely gapped. So did you just admit that you have a small head? And there's not much between them? Because you think that that gap isn't that big? So did you just admit that there's not a whole lot between there? Damn, that's crazy. That's tough, man. Walked right into that one. Walked right into that one. That's tough. I mean, I literally just got you to admit that you're not that smart. You could say whatever you want. I got my enjoyment.
Why did the guy
Sup,
get
dude? Thank you for the
fired
super
from
chat.
the rock quarry? Because he took his job for granted.
Okay, dude. Thanks for the 5. God damn it. Was that about round 2? Being the lead in overtime and still losing? Oh, good point. I actually don't know what happened on that one. Replay? I honestly don't care enough to really look at it, but if you're interested, I'll look. It was this one, right? We have a... Wait. So we don't have the lead, right? No, wait, we do. Wait, we have the lead. Wait, what? So it's OT. Wait, what?
A cure for all the tales. Gale the Mahal.
So 20.03, 20.03. Wait, we just pushed. Wait, we should have won. Wait, we should have won. We have it further. Wait, we literally should have won right there. Wait, we should have won. Wait, the game should be over. Juno touched? It doesn't matter if Juno touched. We pushed it further. She got off. What does that have to do with anything? Doesn't matter if it's contested. The way push works is you push it till you, if it's OT, you have a chance to push it back. That's not how it works though. That's not how it works in the base game. They did push it back after. They shouldn't have had a chance. We should have just won. That's literally not how it works. That's not how it works. You guys are saying, oh yeah, that's literally not how it works. What are you guys talking about? Oh, they buffed Ashe a bit. I'm gonna try Ashe.
Look at that game.
That's literally not how it works.
We're almost ready to get this.
Yeah, they took the lead in OT. It ends of story, contested or not. Exactly. That's exactly how OT works. Into push.
Only dream of.
Yeah, you take the lead in overtime, you win.
Welcome to the armor.
Wait, dude, we actually got scammed.
Gear up.
I actually can't believe it. We legitimately got scammed. In stadium, the overtime starts again if you take the lead? Well, that's stupid. Why would it do that? Technically, it could never end then. Wait, technically it could never end. Right? Because if we have OT to push it back, we take the lead, they take the fight back from us with OT spawns that, like, you'd have to have somebody that backs away and touches last second. Wait, no, that's literally not how it works.
We're just getting started and it's anyone's match. The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go. Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
What's up, Meatball?
Following to the flats.
Wait, we literally lost to a bug. And then I got shit-talked by some fucking, like, 13-year-old in chat. Because I lost to a bug.
You feel stronger? I get the idea.
The fuck is that?
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked. The objective is now active.
Go, Mini Bob. Uh-oh.
A tremendous play by Cassidy.
Do something!
My poor mini Bob. Dude, they like swarm whoever goes near the point and then just bully them to death. It's like fucking 8th grade simulator over there.
Come get healed. Oh, Soldier 76 is back in command.
Hey,
Bob, do something.
Talk your visor activated.
That's enough of that.
Damn. I wish I had more bullets left. I could have killed him. I got like 2 or 3 more hip fire shots.
It looks like this round is a loss, but they'll be sure to
My poor
play it
diva
back.
got fucking bullied.
Let's check the standings.
Poor guy.
1-2-0. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these.
Why that guy type oh?
Who's ready to start the push?
I want to get more stuff for Bob.
Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone. Only 20 seconds remain before the action.
Yeah, gotta buff Bob till he can't die.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round. Three, two, one. Capture the objective. The objective goes live in 10.
I was hoping for so long that somebody might eventually come over and save me. No one ever showed up.
A tremendous play by Cassidy.
Oh, guys, you got run down by the Lucio? That's tough. I would have been there to help you, but you left me on an island.
Further along than we are.
What did I do? Why do you like the soldier so much more than me? What did I do wrong?
Bob, do something.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
An amazing play by Ash.
Stay out of my way.
Rally near the robot and keep pushing. Speed of light. Pushing the barricade.
There must have been some pre-game ritual I did not partake in.
They're so close to taking the lead.
Salutation.
A Lisa is doing Numbani proud with that play.
What in the mother of fuck? We're cooked.
2 seconds left. Lucio!
Alright, easy. See you later.
Let's get back in the saddle. I get the idea.
They're moving the bear
She's
cage.
gonna blow. Bob, do something.
30 seconds left.
I am taking the robot.
Our soldier just died. How did you die? What?
Only 10 seconds left.
And she's the lead.
Overtime. And Cassidy wins this shootout.
They got us outnumbered. Let's put an end to
Looks
this.
like the win
Oh.
was out of reach this round. Score.
That's tough.
2-0. Some intense competition this round.
That's tough.
It's time for the teams to consult. Coming up, the teams are going head to head in Control.
Oh, that actually sounds good. This sounds pretty good too. Getting multiple shots in a row. Oh, you are healed by 100% of Bob's damage dealt, and Bob is healed for 100% of your damage dealt? Wait, that actually might be crazy.
It's a fierce competition.
All right, Mini Bob.
Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out
I believe in
on
you,
top?
Mini Bob. I'm gonna start a marble rolling competition on YouTube and call it Marble Rivals. Okay.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go. The armory is about to close.
You mean a chicken fried this rice?
Yeah, chicken fried this rice? What?
2, 1.
What?
Capture the objective.
Chicken fried rice? A chicken fried this rice. Wait, that's crazy.
Dynamite.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked. The Deadlock gang sent their finest for that play. The objective's open.
Do something.
Wait, Bob's going crazy. Bob's going crazy. Bob's going crazy. I think they're still down here. Are they not? Oh no, they left. Dude, he's still here. He's actually locking it down. Good job, Bob. Okay, you can go now.
I can always
All right.
count on you, Bob.
Let's take off.
Smoke 'em out of there.
Oh, I'm so dead. I knew they were gonna run it down at me.
I'm a man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
Back in action.
Dude, the scoping in, scoping out is a little jarring on Ashe, third person.
Let's get back in the saddle.
Now we're in orbit.
Oh, we gave up point.
Tremendous play by Cassidy.
Orbital raise nearly ready.
What? How did the Orisa just fall off the map?
Much better.
Bob, do something.
Go, Bob. Go crazy, Bob. Go fucking crazy. Take that point from him. What are they gonna do? Yeah, Bob. Go, Bob. Go, Bob. Go, Bob. You can do it, Bob. Yeah, Bob. Bob, go crazy.
Here's our score.
Good job, Bob.
2-1.
Bob the GOAT.
You can really tell who the playmakers are.
Bob the GOAT.
Coming up next, what tactics will the teams come up with this round?
What do you call a beehive without an exit? Unbelievable.
Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone.
What did you just say? Unbelievable. What? I think it's 27 months. I don't get it. Victor, by the way, I think 32 months. Appreciate it as well. Thank you.
Only
A long
20
time.
seconds
Tier
remain
2
before
for
the
32
action
months.
begins.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Not long now until the
Okay.
teams lock in for the round.
Okay. 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 Okay.
3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B.
Sit down.
The objective goes live in 10. The objective is now active.
God damn. We just got fucking pushed over.
An incredible play! Absolutely incredible!
Let's get back in the saddle.
Dynamite.
They lost that point. We're falling back to objective A.
Magical velocity.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked.
Do something.
Booting up.
Get him, Bob. Get him, Bob. Don't let him get away with it. Yeah, Bob. Take him down, Bob. Come on, Bob. Take him down. Yeah. How did I not get credit on that kill? What?
Heroes never die.
How did I not get credit?
There's much for you to do.
Dude, they all immediately left point and came and killed my ass. Honestly, kind of wish I didn't get revived.
I'm not ready to ride into the sunset. She's gonna blow.
Oh, Mr. Soldier, dude. What
Here's
the
our
fuck,
score.
man?
3, 2, 1. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. The teams are gearing up. Let's push.
Was there the option to not be revived? Yeah, that could be kind of toxic, though. I think after the next round, I sell one of these and I get 40% power.
Thank you.
Do not resuscitate is crazy.
It's a fierce competition.
How possible is it getting to rush these days? I mean, it's going to be a little frustrating probably at first because you're going to be so far behind, but like, all it takes is just starting. You just have to sit down one day and start,
20 seconds left to prepare for the round.
and then chip at it a little every day.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
Greetings.
We're at the match point. The team needs to give it their all to make their comeback. 3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Capture the objective.
They're coming.
The objective goes live in 10.
Oh, now you want to come to me. Wait, how the fuck does he just get a peek? Jesus Christ.
Much better. Patched up.
The bounty's been claimed.
Bob, do something.
Go, little Bob.
I get the idea. The robot is coming with us. Let's go.
They're so close to taking the lead.
Heroes never die. Here it
I want to get that bounty.
Unbelievable play by Moira.
Enemies starting to move their barricade.
Careful.
Those hostiles.
My poor team's just getting run down.
Diva is changing
How?
the game.
How did that kill 3?
Accompanying the robot.
Dynamite out.
This rabbit fights back.
How is that?
Seconds left.
Pushing ahead now.
Bob, do something.
It's a little jarring coming in and out of third person. Like,
Amazing play
That little flick right there should have just been a little to the top left, but because it was also coming out of third person, like the camera feels different. Come running us down. No fear. No.
Wishing this team all the best in the next match.
Tough. I don't think that lifesteal one's worth. I don't think I got like anything out of it.
We've got a replay to watch.
Nerf this.
Ooh. Big pointy loss. Someone get used to the third person? Probably just with time. To be honest. Takes time. How I feel about motorcycles? No. Kind of a death trap. Unfortunately, a very small group of motorcyclists make all the motorcyclists look bad, and so people look at a motorcycle and they're like, people who drive motorcycles are assholes, because there are people that drive motorcycles like an asshole, but it's very, very small minority, but it does make people think that. Dave Sad leaving in 3 months. Truck people also? True. Actually, very true. Truck people as well. Says the truck owner. Yeah, I know. That's why I agree. I know. That's why I agree. I can literally see them do it. They don't do it to me, though. There's like a hierarchical society. Truck owners are hierarchical.
Party hat, party hat, party hat.
Yo, what's up, Prime? Or sorry, Mama Gaming with the Prime for 24 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's the same thing. Whenever you see those videos of like the people splitting lanes in traffic on a motorcycle, you like if you ever see like a TikTok of those, people always get giga mad in those, even if it is legal to do. In like some states, like people are like, "Fuck you." They get like really pissed, and I kind of get why, but still. Why though? Because if you're driving a car in traffic and you're going like say to switch lanes or something, you're probably not looking for somebody in the middle of the two lanes, right? Or for example, just like you don't expect somebody to just like be like 2 inches away from your mirror lane splitting, right? And I get why they don't like that sneaking up on them. Even if it's legal, even if the way they're doing it is safe, there are probably people that also do it not as safe, but they just don't record it and post it online. And those smaller groups of people make it so that everyone just like doesn't want to deal with it in general. It's not the cyclist's fault. Your ass stuck in traffic. Well, you're not wrong, but I don't think it's just that, right? Like, okay, riddle me this: do you think it's ever happened that somebody's lane splitting their way down, and some guy who's just driving, and like even if it's slightly his fault, but like he doesn't drift all the way to the next lane, it's kind of like just driving, and you clip their mirror or they clip your mirror, right? Or just like in general, just getting scared by it, right? Like someone like just appears out of nowhere at your window in the middle of traffic. Like, I get it. I get it. Wait, does Genji just not have a full list of powers? Was there nothing? Why is there nothing here? Has there always been nothing here? The fuck?
And here we can witness the fascinating hierarchical nature of truck owners. As you drive down the vast highway, you can observe the other truck drivers give way to the penultimate raptor, the apex predator of the roads.
It happens. It actually legitimately happens, though. It's kind of funny.
The first round can't get here quick enough.
If I'm in the car with someone else and drive their car,
Only 20 seconds.
it's wild. Especially like I live in Boston, right? Like we have a reputation to uphold. It is wild how different people interact with their car versus mine.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Capture the objective.
Cannot escape me.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's open.
Damn it.
It's the driver's responsibility to pay attention. If you don't see the rider, that's on you.
That doesn't mean anything though in terms of how people are going to feel about you. That doesn't mean anything. -5? You're talking who's right and wrong in an insurance court case. What the fuck? Dude, that guy took the roll perk? I've never seen someone take one this early. He rolled me into a wall. Holy shit. Still needs to be considered? Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, that's part of why people just don't want to deal with it. People do not want to, like... I think if you took a poll, or, like, some type of polling, right, of the average driver, and you asked them, should lane splitting be legal? I would be surprised if it came out with yes for most people. Even if it's safe, even if it's legal, I feel like there's a very large majority of people who do not like dealing with it and don't want people to be doing it. Because, like, even if you just see, like, one video online at some point, right? Like, you just see literally one singular video of some guy lane splitting, right? And then, like, some type of, like, altercation happens because of it. And the motorcyclist, say, punches the mirror off of someone's car and drives away. Because, like, what are they going to do? You're stuck in traffic, right? They will remember that forever and be like, that could happen to me. Even though they aren't even the person who does, like, whatever with the antagonizing act was to start that to happen, and they'll just remember that as like a big moment and be like, nope, I don't want to deal with that. You shouldn't be able to do that. You should have to wait in line like everyone else. I think I made it. Did I make it? I did make it, but we didn't.
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round. Here's our score. 1-0.
Mad chilling with 2 months.
Competition this round. Next up, who's ready to start the push?
Bro, what if they saw a TikTok? You act like that's not something that actually affects people's psyche or affects people's lines of thinking. I think that's a very interesting way to refute that. Because then you could go one step further and be like, okay, well, so what if somebody had a one-time encounter where somebody lane split in front of them and they were like, holy shit, look at that asshole, right? And now they always think about people doing that and they're like, yeah, you shouldn't even be able to do that. Like, you know, like that's something that only benefits them and puts you in a losing position in general.
We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come.
I don't know when I should go here.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Time is of the essence. Make haste.
I just think whether you think it's like,
Until the teams lock in.
the argument obviously is going to be like, it's legal, it's fine, it's safe. I'm just saying that I don't think most people feel like that should be the case. And that's why you probably think a lot of people don't want to deal with motorcycles. And that's part of the stigma around it. You can disagree all you want. I don't honestly care that much. I'm just saying, like, if you at least can't acknowledge what I'm saying with it, it's like, okay, I guess. I'm not even saying that that's like my stance. I'm just saying like that's probably why a lot of people don't want to deal with it.
Let the push commence. Unassailable prowess.
Trying to light. Well, then what that guy's point was earlier, the guy who said like people don't like losing, I think that's where that comes in. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna be like, why do you get to do that?
And the bounty's off the board.
Even if it's perfectly fine, even if it's perfectly safe. I'm just saying like, probably would think about that a lot. Ooh, that was actually kind of clean. I'm gonna get shattered.
Protect the robot.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Don't let them push that barricade!
Shatter incoming. Oh, I'm so cooked. I thought you would have less health when he turned the corner. I know he dropped the heal station, but he was full with the heal station. Your ass? It's YOU''RE. By the way, I know it's 2:30 and you just got out of school, but do not drop out, please. I'm begging you. We need more smart people in this world. I'm begging you. Don't do it, please. I don't care how much your homies hype you up for being diamond in Overwatch. Don't do it. Please. That is not the future for you.
Mistakes always
and they take the round. The score is 1-1.
You're cracked, Flats. See, you see how they used the apostrophe RE?
Playmakers are
Learn from that chatter, other first-time chatter. Learn from your fellow first-time chatters. Come on now.
coming up next. Time to face off in control.
My family all has motorcycles and rides together except me. They have all explained why, how, and when it is legal, and though I completely understand, I still don't like it. I mean, yeah. No, I think there's a lot of people who think the same way. I think there's a lot of people that feel the same way and think the same way. And I don't think it's necessarily wrong to feel that way. Oh, I should grab this. Sounds perfect for me.
Hi.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds
What happened?
left.
What do you mean what happened? Any ideas for next Pokemon stream? I don't know.
The time for preparations is
That's a good
almost
question,
up.
actually.
3, 2, 1. Capture the
Emong mentioned that he does want to do a Nuzlocke or Soul Link at some point, but I think that might shed literal years off my life.
You cannot escape me.
That might actually shed, like, legitimate years off of my life.
10 seconds until the objectives unlock. Objectives open.
Or Mercy. Just have me sitting back here waiting for him. I couldn't dash because I was doing the fucking... Oh my god. I didn't know that stopped my thing. My slash. If I... Oh, wow. I did not know that. So, like, if I end the deflect and it does the slash, that stops me from dashing. Oh, that fucked me. I didn't know that was how that worked. If I just didn't move, I don't think he would have saw me. Hang on, I want to watch kill cam. Oh no, he did. He just stuck him a second. Game chat's getting spicy.
There's one.
Wait, why would they say leave if you're going AFK? You don't want people to leave. There's no backfill, genius. Hello? Wait, what happened to the orbit?
Surrender to my will.
What happened to the Juno? Wait, did it just disappear? Do like Deadline create a tab for community builds? That's literally coming next season. Next season we literally will have shareable builds. At least I believe it's next season. Why am I eating teabags? What the fuck? Dude, I thought that guy was so bad he literally didn't see me above him because it took him so long to react.
Looks like the win was out of reach. Score 2-1. Some intense competition this round.
They probably know you somehow.
It's time for clash.
I don't know about that,
What
but
tactics will the teams come up with this round?
all right. Going to that. And then full ability power. I don't know if that's actually the play. Probably isn't.
It's a fierce
But I think it's fun.
competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left.
Bug was fixed with the overheld items, or they don't work if you don't buy them that round, but have them in the previous round? No idea. Didn't know that. Did not know that.
3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B. The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's open.
No. Wait, how are we losing the point? Hello?
Soldier 76 is back in command.
Hello? Guys? What happened back here?
No, they
Hello?
lost the point. They'll need to fall back to objective C. That's a bounty in the bag.
Why did I not get overhealth for the dash?
This angel
Did I not get overhealth, or did I just not get enough? Oh, I think I literally got rocketed on the way by and just took all my overhealth.
Flat spot. 5 for 5 wide.
They take the point. We're advancing to objective B. The bounty's been claimed.
Yo Flats, just wanted to say thanks for all of the great content. Even though the games you play aren't my favorite rivals, I always find myself watching your YouTube
Aw.
vids. Super grounded,
Wait.
funny, and always a good time. Keep it up, much love less than 3.
That's a bounty secured.
Their teams actually managed to tilt themselves out of potentially winning this game.
2-2. You can really
By the way,
tell
yo,
the
thanks, Scooby.
playmakers are.
I appreciate it. That's really kind. Much love.
Up next, what
Sup, League, getting the 2 months.
That's one more than
And
two.
Scooby with the tier 1. Appreciate the fresh tier 1. Thank you, thank you. Much love. Appreciate you. Let's do this one. Sell that. Then we go. Do that.
We're in the middle innings and everyone's waiting to see how the match shakes out. The arena is calling. Our teams have 20
What's up, Hawkeye? I think with 35 months.
Almost 3 years of prime subs. Let's go.
3 years. God damn. Bunch of it. Long time.
The time for preparations is almost up.
Do you still play Marvel Rivals? Yeah, here and there.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective. Ten seconds until the objective's unlocked.
Enhancing your rifles.
I am taking the robot.
Move it, robot.
Oof. One HP.
Play by Soldier 76.
Interesting, Res.
Put your back into it.
Pushing ahead.
Hello.
Damn, they had the Ryan leave. They said thank God. Why do they all want to say thank God? Like he was. They were winning.
Force Crusader!
My bet, they were definitely bitching on him, and he just said, you know what, fuck it. Oh, we rejoined.
Aloo Flats and chat. Also Flats, I saw the thumbnail that Random made and it said you were Joel. Wouldn't that mean you are dead? And thanks for the great 7 months less than 3.
I guess that is what that would mean. Thank you for the 7 months.
I continue on this path.
They're pushing the barricade! Stop them!
By 16 seconds remaining.
Hello? Why is there... Dude, this is such a weird game.
They're moving the barricade.
I almost got fucking one-shot by a cast headshot, because I think he's full damage build Mercy Pocket. And then I got fucking finished off by an Ana from behind. Feels good, man.
30 seconds left. A remarkable play by Reaper.
They stole the robot from us.
Do they keep saying to him, don't come back? But they literally do have a chance to win.
That's a round 1. Let's check the standings.
I mean, I guess I'll take the dub, but...
3. Some intense competition this round. Now's the time. Coming up next. Get ready for Control.
Hey Flats, just a heads up, due to the current first base problem with the Red Sox, I signed you up for a tryout to take a couple swings in Worcester, so you should probably head out for that soon. Good luck.
There's still more to come.
Wait, why was that so good? Thank you for 22 months. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you.
The
Watch out,
arena
man.
is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go. The Armory is
These guys are just kind of annoying. Like, unironically, I think they're all just kind of looking for someone to blame.
If they keep it together, they can.
They actually, unironically, would be winning this right now if they stopped bitching at him. Because I think he probably is gonna actually throw now.
Until the objective's unlocked.
Oh, I did have reflect. Like, they're getting so many picks, but because of the way they're all playing, they're playing like stupid. Like running around in the open, just like because they want the game to be over with. Like, even the Mercy there. Like, they actually unironically would win this game. They just didn't troll. Nope. Ow. Like, there's a few people on our team that are actually just sending it to their backline. If they just stopped panicking, they'd be fine. Oh, I just got fucking rolled. Damage boosted headshot. I think I actually almost got one tapped. Jesus.
I continue on this path.
You know, I almost insta-died there. How did Moira die at the same time as me? Oh. Okay. Question is, will they accidentally just hard troll?
To see my muscles?
Hi.
My greetings.
Find out now.
Your end is within my reach.
Okay.
Overtime.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, Reaper's got the competition petrified.
That was actually such a winnable game for them.
Mistakes will always precede victory.
I don't even think they deserve that knowledge, though.
Play of the game.
They don't even deserve the knowledge.
I typically would use my resub to make you cringe with a pun, but I got a new puppy named Freya. Before you say something about naming after the out character, I named it after the goddess. I also have 3 dogs now.
Yo, thank you for the 20 months. Brig Yeeta, thank you for the fresh tier 1 as well. Wait, what kind of dogs you got? Wait, that sounds awesome. Okay. Okay, wasn't there a dev blog that I missed? Yo, Mr. Tommy thing with 27 months. Wasn't there a dev blog I missed somewhere from this weekend? It's in mod chat. All right, I'm gonna read this dev blog, and then we're gonna play some Last of Us. All right. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes. You guys are getting an ad anyways, and then we'll read it, and then we'll do some stuff. Chat, I have a question. You guys ever had a toilet shake when you flushed it before? I did it a second time just to be sure that that was not a one-time thing, and it didn't do it the second time, so it was a one-time thing. But I flushed and it went like it was like its last flush ever, and I was like, whoa. What the fuck was that? So I waited for it to refill and I pressed it and it was fine. So far, one-time thing, but it was just pee. There was nothing else in there. So his toilet's called. Holy crap. DUP Twizzler. That's crazy. Okay, all right. Listen, I don't know what in the world's going on with the thing. I don't know why it shaked. I've never had a toilet shake on a flush before. It only happened once though. So let's move on. Speaking of moving on, this got dropped the other day. I didn't get a chance to look at it because I had the. Hello, there we go. I don't know why that took so long to show up. We had the Mar Rivals tournament, and then I went to PAX, so I've been kind of gone the last few days. But this dropped, Director's Take, Stadium by the Numbers. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I had a great time last week answering your questions on Emo Extreme and hearing your feedback about Stadium. Oh yeah, I gotta watch that interview too. Today we're pulling back the curtain on some important and interesting Stadium statistics. Game balance is something that's always at the forefront of our minds. Heroes, items, and powers have to regularly be tuned up or dialed back to create a more even playing field for everyone. Prior to launch, we're always testing and ideating internally, but there is one very important aspect to the mix that we can't test for: you. Player data is an invaluable tool we use to see what's working, what isn't, and what could use a little more attention. To better show you how that process happens. Jesus Christ, I don't know why I just lost the ability to speak. Our data analyst Ben Totman is here to deep dive into how the team uses data on builds to influence balance changes. Hello. Ben the analyst here to chat about builds. One of the trickier but very fun things we get to think about with Stadium In our Stadium Reddit AMA, I went deeper about how we discover builds in the first place. But in short, it's useful to think about builds as a combination of powers and items that are distinct enough from one another to alter how you play a specific hero. Thinking of builds allows us to consider whether an individual power or item, or a combination of many of them, is the engine behind a player's success in a match of Stadium. So before, they could look at it like, hey, does Sojourn have a 60% win rate? Yes. Okay. So one of the things in Sojourn's kit is probably enabling that a ton, right? And then they could look at that. With Stadium, though, like, let's say Juno has a high win rate. It's like, okay, what's causing Juno to have such a high win rate, right? It's like one specific build? Is it a few different builds? Like, is it one item? Is it a combination of this one item with 3 other things? Like, and looking into that. Let's take Juno as an example of how build data feeds into balance changes. Our first balance patch for Juno nerfed one of her powers, Cosmic Coolant, which gave her a shorter cooldown for pulsar torpedoes. Our data shows that Juno's most successful power by win rate is Pulsar Plus, giving Juno an extra charge of her torpedoes, and Cosmic Coolant follows by a small margin. The synergy between these two powers means that many of Juno's builds, by our model's estimation, have both powers as a must-pick. True. The dominant build variant, let's call this variant 1, from a usage perspective, takes a trio of powers: Pulsar Plus, Cosmic Coolant, and Medicinal Missiles. A second variant, variant 2, notably takes Pulsar Plus, Cosmic Coolant, and Torpedo Glide. And a final variant takes the usual duo of Pulsar Plus and Cosmic Coolant, but hybridizes by choosing weapon powers such as Stinger or Meta Blaster. The win rates of these 3 variants diverge strongly. Variant 2 leads the way with 55%, followed by Variant 1 with 52%, and Variant 3 with 48%. So very clearly not going all in on like one style of play, like trying to do a little bit of everything is the play. Like if you do a little bit of everything, you get fucked. If you just go all in on one, you win. The difference in the success rates of these builds give us more specific information about exact balance changes to make. Variant 2, with Torpedo Glide as its standout difference, suggests that the cooldown reduction of pulsar torpedoes, enabled by Cosmic Coolant, was the main driver of success. By tuning down Cosmic Coolant, other builds have a chance to succeed. I also pulled some additional Stadium stats on May 5th to better illustrate how things changed, or didn't change, after the May 1st hotfix. Across all platforms, Soldier 76 has been the most played damage hero, and Reinhardt was the most played tank by a decent margin. Juno is still the most picked support, but Mercy and Moira are nipping at our heels. Get it? Thanks to the hotfix patch. For those heroes, certain powers are your clear favorites. Juno's Pulsar Plus has a whopping 78.1% pick rate, while Soldier's Supervisor has a 75.4% pick rate. Even after minor nerfs in the latest balance patch, Reinhardt players are making slightly more diverse builds, either choosing Magma Strike or smashing 32.8% of the time. Holy shit. So Soldier's getting picked almost, what, 58% of the time? Give or take? Holy shit. Look at the gap. It's huge. True soldiers everywhere? That is true. Support looks a little bit more balanced. Tank honestly looks really balanced outside of Rhine. I'm honestly not surprised by any of this though. If anything, I'm more surprised Reaper's 2 and Cass is 3 instead of Cass being 2, Reaper being 3. That'd be my only surprise. And then over here, Orisa being ahead of Zarya is a little bit surprising. Because Zarya's just way better, I think. But also, like, Orisa's just easier to play. So, like, overall, the entire player base, this makes sense. Moira being so high doesn't make... Well, actually, no, it makes sense because Emong apparently made a tier list, a stadium tier list, and people said his Moira ranking was really wrong and were yelling at him about it. And this explains why, because they're all playing Moira and they think it's really, really good, even if it's not that good. Being popular isn't everything, though. Lucio continues to have the highest hero win rate on both PC, 58%, and console, 57%. However, Mei is matching that win rate in higher skill divisions on console until her recent adjustments in stadium balance patches. D.Va had the highest tank win rate on console by a wide margin. Nerfs allowed other tanks to taste success on console, and D.Va is now second place in high skill divisions. So, you know, pick rate, win rate, not always the same. Ashe, holy shit! No wonder, dude, remember I was playing Ashe earlier and I was like, dude, I feel like I don't do much unless I have Bob up. Holy fuck. Sub 43% win rate on Ashe. D.Va's down here at sub 43. Holy shit. Lucio's 57% win rate. Ryan's 54. Zarya 52. Reaper 54. You know, I'm honestly not that surprised Reaper's so high. Can you just go all in like tank buster build and you go crazy? All in healing boot build, go crazy. Ana being the lowest isn't that much of a surprise. Juno being second highest, not that surprising. Carry being this low is a little surprising. Other than that, though, I'm not super surprised by this. Except Ashe, that's crazy. It's me, Aaron, again. Thanks, Ben. Okay. We also had an update to share on lever rates in Stadium. Initially, we reported a 7% lever rate, but after some tweaks in how we collected data, we are seeing that lever rate is closer to 12% on PC. This seems to be largely coming from first-time players, with lever rates dropping the more matches one has under their belt. Since Stadium is still so new, we expect the lever rate to drop and settle at a much lower rate in the coming weeks. Yeah, that was what when I first started reading it, that was like my take was I think that people don't know that you're getting punished for leaving. And like leaving is not good. It's not like quick play. You can't just like leave whenever you want. And there won't be backfills. So yeah, this actually makes sense. The philosophy around stadium balance is a bit different from the rest of Overwatch 2. We want you to feel as though you can have MVP moments in a match, riding the cusp of feeling overpowered, while also seeing the mode as something that rewards skill in both combat and armory strategy. While we want players to feel OP at times, we've already started to see some builds that have high burst potential with a relatively low skill floor. We believe that some of these have gone too far and we'll be looking into adjustments for them. Variety is still deeply important for Stadium 2. We want you to feel like your hero's strength grows and morphs in different ways depending on the match. Sometimes you'll be the carry, and sometimes you'll take a supporting role. Stadium won't be as delicately balanced as our core competitive modes, but our goal is to keep it casually competitive. Thanks for all the excellent feedback about Stadium, and we hope to keep you on climbing. And we hope you keep on climbing the ranks. As always, let's make a great game. I think that's the correct take right there. Right here. Stadium won't be as delicately balanced as our core competitive modes, but our goal is to keep it casually competitive. Casually competitive? Like what you're confusing like what that means? It means they want the game to feel balanced enough where it's not like, you know, you're basically like, this is just goofy, this is stupid, like why would I take this seriously? Like you should still take it seriously, but not to the point where like, you know, if everyone's not running the most meta build, you're not have everyone counter swapping, building item builds to counter their builds. Like you're not like looking at their screen. Like You know, at the end of like each round, you can look at the enemy team and see what they're building into, and you don't look at their go, well, they're building into this, guys. You need to sell these items and build into this, right? They still want you to take it serious. They still want you to be good, and they still want it to feel competitive, but not like overly sweaty competitive. And it can be a little bit goofy at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. That's cool though. Looks good. Looks good. There was also this. Which is very, 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 very interesting. I don't know if this should be its own thing, Retro, but Blizzard's Overwatch team just unionized. What I want to protect most here is the people. The wall-to-wall union of Blizzard Team 4 includes nearly 200 developers. For those who don't know, Team 4 is the internal code name for the Overwatch team. I'm just going to read a little bit and then I'll talk about it. The Overwatch 2 team at Blizzard has unionized. That includes nearly 200 developers across disciplines ranging from art and testing to engineering and design. Basically, anyone who doesn't have someone else reporting to them. It's the second wall-to-wall union at the storied games maker since the World of Warcraft team unionized last July. Game developers behind Activision Blizzard's hit franchise Overwatch have joined the Communication Workers of America, CWA, becoming the latest group of video game workers at Microsoft-owned studios to form a wall-to-wall union. The CWA announced in a press release shared with Kotaku on Friday. A neutral arbitrator confirmed today that an overwhelming majority of workers have either signed a union authorization card or indicated that they wanted union representation in it via an online portal. The Overwatch Game Makers Guild, CWA, is just the latest group to organize at a Microsoft-owned game studio since the tech giant entered into a labor neutrality agreement. The policy shift took frustrations that bubbled up with management back in 2021 and funneled them into an objective with assurances that company leaders wouldn't interfere. Like unions at Bethesda Game Studios and Raven Software, the Overwatch Game Makers Guild now has to bargain for its first contract, a process that Microsoft has been accused of slow walking as negotiations with other internal game unions drag on for years. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. I might be stupid. What is unionization? Unionization is basically the practice of an entire group of workers saying, we are going to always stick together. And so what they're aiming for is like you protect your fellow man by being like, hey, you know what? You're going to go after that guy, then you have to go after all of us. Good examples of that is fighting for pay or equal pay or like pay as a group, right? You have collective bargaining power. And so let's say you make $10 an hour somewhere and you unionize and you're like, hey guys, like we are worth more than $10 an hour, like much more than that. Like the competitor across the street gets 15 an hour, right? Like we should get at least 15 an hour. And then you can go to the table, be like, hey, we want 15 an hour. Boss says no. Well, you guys all walk out, right? You go, nah, we're going to all walk out together. And so the business can't function if nobody's working there, right? Like, what are they going to do? And so it puts power in the hands of the people because a lot of these companies that make millions or billions of dollars, right? They only operate because of the people who work in them and inside them. But unfortunately, today, a lot of money goes to either C-suite level executives or to shareholders. And not saying that those things aren't also important, but like real talk, like let's say Overwatch, for example. Let's say Overwatch brings in $100 million a year, right? I don't think that Overwatch team is getting anywhere close, even as a collective, to 100,000 or 100 million a year. And they're the people who are actually putting in the work to making the products. So when you unionize, you protect each other. So like, let's say you have a coworker that's having a baby and they're like, hey, you know, they want to get, 2 months off for maternity leave, right? There's a lot of companies that might just say, no, we'll replace you, right? Like you can't take maternity leave, we'll replace you. You get a week. When you collectively together bargain, that's something you can bargain for. And stand by them. But also, like, that can be grounds for the entire group going, no, like, you can't throw this person under the bus and say, like, yeah, like, we'll just fire them because they're protected by the union. And so the union can say, well, if you fire this person, we'll just stop working for you. Like, you can't do that. Like, they matter as a human, right? Because it's scary as a person to go up against a massive company that just says, we can replace you tomorrow, right? And so by being a part of a union and being, like, as a group, they can't target that one person and snipe them out because you're a much bigger group together. Does that make sense? Hopefully that was a good explanation for you. So let's continue. The biggest issue was the layoffs at the beginning of 2024. Simon Hendrick, a test analyst at Blizzard, told Kotaku, Up to that moment, I've been really happy at what I was doing. He began as a longtime fan of World of Warcraft and started playing Overwatch from day one in 2016. In 2022, he was hired to work at Blizzard on quality assurance for the sequels versus mode and matchmaking. Hendrick has had up to 8 game clients running simultaneously to test for issues and keeps a corgi plush, a mascot of Irvine's campus #BlizzLife, by his work desk. On Thursday, he meets with colleagues in Blizzard's Irvine campus library to play Magic the Gathering. When I asked him what he loves most about working here, his answers was the same as everyone else's: the people. That's true. At least in my experience working with anyone on the Overwatch team is like, it's mostly passionate people who, like, either were fans or currently fans of the game. And to take it one step further, to my knowledge, I'm like mostly sure this is still true. They get paid less than other studios by a good amount. And the way they would get made up for that every year was they would get a bonus based on how good their game does. And if you look last year, was it last year or the year before? I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I think it was like right before Kotick went out the door. He canceled all of the bonuses for the Overwatch team, citing that they didn't make enough money. So it was like right before he left. So I think it was a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, technically. But they all like each other and they like the game that they're working on. That's like the number one thing. It's more passion. When nearly 2,000 layoffs swept through Microsoft last year, including at Blizzard, where a new game was canceled and several members of the Overwatch team were cut, in a wake-up call for Hedrick, people were gone out of nowhere and there was nothing we could do about it, he said. What I want to protect most is the people. Here is the people. That's also really important, and you should really think that's important, because I can tell you some of the biggest hiccups Overwatch has had. One of those times is March of 2023, is because mass layoffs or big rollovers. Like if you've ever had, like anytime we've had a big stagnation period for Overwatch, like sucking balls, it was typically because a bunch of people got fired or a bunch of people left. And so they had to bring in new people. And so they weren't like trained yet, or they didn't understand the vision yet, or they weren't all aligned. So it just felt like it was all over the place. And I can think of 3 instances that are like, this one moment set us back like a year. And the March 2023 one was a big one. That was like the last big one, which is why now here we are in 2025. And now things feel pretty good. Is because we've gone about 2 years without having a big one. Like there was a small one last year, which obviously wasn't good, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, the post-merger shockwave, Microsoft had officially wrapped its acquisition of Activision Blizzard only months earlier, was one catalyst for the organizing effort at Blizzard's Team 4, which was originally formed in the late 2000s to create the company's planned MMO Titan. Before the troubled project eventually morphed into Overwatch, Foster Elmendorf, a senior test analyst, was at Blizzard for all of it after joining the company back in 2004, a dream job he secured simply by applying online at the time. He said other big drivers pushing the Overwatch team to unionize included pay disparities, work from home restrictions. Hey, if you've been here a long time, you remember when I talked about that one. And wanting codified protections around things like crunch, time off, and severance in the events of layoffs. Organizing Blizzard employees stress that improving their working conditions can also lead to better games, while the opposite, layoffs, forced resignations, and uncompetitive pay can make them worse. Hey, I'm not, hey, I said most of that before I even clicked the continue reading button. A lot of truth to that. Overwatch 2 staff were particularly upset last spring when the changes to the company's profit sharing program left them with 0 bonuses for an entire year. Pre-read? It's not pre-read. I'm like a fucking encyclopedia with all of this, okay? I've read all this shit for years. If concessions are given without organization, they can be taken away without it too. Oh, if concessions are given without organizing, they can be taken away without it too. He currently helps oversee testing for in-game cosmetics from the concept phase through implementation. He loves making games and wants developers to have a seat at the table, not just to protect their own interests, but to make the games better, to prioritize fun and not just profit. For a long time, I felt the video game industry needed more organizing, he told Kotaku. He later added, it's been 20 years of asking for better pay, and it still hasn't happened yet. 2025 is an important year for Overwatch 2. Despite ditching much of its promised PvE content, the hero shooter rolled out some big swing design initiatives, including a new mode called Stadium that incorporates MOBA elements like mid-match upgrades, and Season 16 is currently underway, and the team just announced a Street Fighter VI collaboration, but all transforms existing characters into Capcom fighters like Ryu and Chun-Li. The efforts to unionize the Overwatch team haven't just led by quality assurance testers. Other disciplines were also involved. UI artist Sadie Boyd became part of the push immediately after joining Blizzard last September. Just another round of layoffs were sweeping through Microsoft. She said someone posted a link to sign a union card in one of the Blizzard Slack channels, which she did immediately. After all, she'd already been a part of a union drive at Prey and Redfall maker Arcane Austin before it had been shut down by Microsoft earlier in the year. We're not just a number on an Excel sheet, Boyd said. We want to make games, but we can't do it without a sense of security. Unionizing doesn't make a studio immune to layoffs or being shuttered, but it's the first step towards making companies have a discussion around about those things with the employees rather than just shadow dropping them in an email full of platitudes. Boyd sees the Overwatch union as a tool for negotiating a range of issues, like how generative AI is used at Blizzard, as well as possible sources of inspiration to teams at other studios. Our industry is at such a turning point, she said. I really think with the announcement of our union on Overwatch, I know that will light some fires. No shit. That's actually really good for them. I'm happy for them. Hopefully they're able to use that collective bargaining power to fight for things that are good for the game. Overwatch has been plagued with it for years. And I mean, don't get me wrong, right now they're definitely on the right track. And I think there's some big swing things they would have to go for. Like if you were talking about like improve the game's image outside of just the Overwatch scene, right? I don't know if that's something that a union can even do. For example, bring back cinematics, talk about potentially doing some type of special, Netflix special or anime type of thing. That's like big picture. I don't know if that's something that this would have anything to do with. But I could see where this could have impact on something like, for example, which character gets skins, right? How fast content gets put out. Should more people be brought in, right? Like, let's say there's like people that are kind of overworked because they're sharing multiple projects within the same team, should that be a job for 2 people instead of 1 person, right? There's a lot of potential good out of this. So, hey, happy for him. Hopefully, we get to see some of that good soon. So, cool. All right. Chat, I think it's time. Do you guys think it's time? All right. Chat, we're going to be swapping over to Last of Us 2. So YouTube, I apologize, but I'm going to end the YouTube stream that you currently are on. That's okay, though. Don't panic. It is going to come back in like 2 minutes because YouTube gets really confused if you do multiple games within one stream. So, I'm going to... Well, actually, wait a minute. I just realized it's the Overwatch section. It probably doesn't matter that much. No, I probably should still split it into 2. Yeah, I'll still split it into 2. All right, I'm going to end YouTube stream. You guys will be back in 3 minutes. You're just going to like refresh the channel. All right?